Hi, my name's Colin Williams. I am a librarian here at Long Beach City College. And you've probably heard the words information competency or information literacy before. And if you haven't, I'm here to help us figure out exactly what we mean when we say information competency at Long Beach City College. Let's take a minute to understand the history of information competency as it relates to the California community colleges, and you specifically, as you seek to satisfy your graduation requirement. As far back as 1996, the California Community Colleges Board of Governors issued a policy statement to investigate whether or not information competency should be a prerequisite to the certificate of completion and the associate degree. That means that if you were a student at Long Beach City College in 1996, the Community College Board of Governors was wondering whether or not you should be required to take a class that taught you information competency. The timing was important because the information age and its digital counterpart on the World Wide Web was beginning to grow very complex. They saw a direct link between information competency and student success. After the Board of Governors issued their policy statement, then the Academic Senate for California Community Colleges thought that this would be a good idea. They accepted the challenge and they rolled out a study in conjunction with the California Chancellor's Office. They piloted information competency requirements at 8 California community colleges. Papers were published, reports were written, and hearings were held to discuss the potential for an information competency requirement. It turned out that everyone was in agreement. The Academic Senate, in their spring plenary session, noted in their paper, information competency is essential to student success in the information age. But many faculty and many at the colleges couldn't agree on the exact way to establish the requirement. Some thought that the best way to implement this requirement would be to embed information competencies into all of the degree courses. Some thought that the best way would be to create a standalone course that taught information competency. Because of the various perspectives, the Academic Senate declared that each college be empowered to use its local curriculum process to determine how to implement the information competency requirement. Luckily, for Long Beach City College students, the LBCC librarians and information professionals took this resolution to heart, and they immediately set about implementing a local graduation requirement here. The idea that information competency helps students succeed in college and in life was taken very seriously. They presented to the local curriculum committee, the LBCC Academic Senate, and the LBCC District Board of Trustees on the importance that LBCC students be kept up to speed with information competency. The curriculum committee, the Senate, and the Board of Trustees were in agreement, and the local information competency requirement for graduation from LBCC was created in the form of Library 1, a standalone course that would eventually be worth 2 units and transfer to Cal State University and University of California institutions. As of the year 2015, California has 113 community colleges, each with a library system and team of information professionals. And they've asked that we share our strategies and successes to help them get to where we are today. It's common knowledge in the field of library and information science that library orientations, workshops, and embedded library services in no way come close to providing the immersion and the in-depth exploration that you find in a standalone course. Think about it this way. By spending 1 hour in a library orientation to learn about an English database, you're only getting one tiny fraction of the information you would receive by enrolling in an information competency course. Now, if Library 1 was a pie with 32 slices, you would only get one slice out of that pie by attending an orientation, instead of getting the entire pie by enrolling in the standalone course. Now, one-shot orientation and workshops are beneficial for embedded library services, but they in no way come close to replacing the benefits of a standalone course. Because of the foresight and the capability that LBCC librarians demonstrated in the early 2000s, Long Beach City College is well ahead of the game. We are in compliance with the California Academic Senate's resolution with our standalone course in Library 1, which meets our local graduation requirement for information competency. That is a very good thing. We're moving in the right direction, a direction that many of our fellow community college colleagues wish to go in. LBCC's Library 1 and our local information competency requirement is an accomplishment that community colleges across the state are hungry to replicate.